Hi, everyone, and welcome to SideQuest 16 of High Scores, High Stakes, the podcast that thinks it's in the top 10, but it's actually in the bottom 1%. I'm your host, as always, Mr. Luvva Luvva, and with me are my co hosts.
Hi, good to be back. Hi, Lover. Hi, Tomahawk. How you doing?
Good, good.
Tomahawk relegated to last once again,
I
the way
know, this is
God
it.
intended it.
That's
This
the
is
way we
just
like it.
the way everyone intended. Good evening.
Love.
When Sherry's not about.
Oh no, Sherry still is before me. I like, and Tomahawk is my official title. So
Okay, best to last.
this is why I love a Tomahawk episode, because I still go last, but I'm second.
Last.
Shut up.
That is your position in the podcast. Please understand. And if you can't understand, please accept it. There is no
Never.
going back from tradition here, Tom.
I know it's only been a year, and I've been fighting this inevitability.
It'll never change.
No.
People demand that you go last, so therefore that's why you go last. But anyway, enough about Tomahawk going last. There'll be plenty of that come season 3.
Cold. That's cold.
Hello?
What is high scores, high stakes? Because
What is
apparently
it?
I didn't do this last week apparently, and Tomahawk has been berating me non-stop for the best part of the week.
Die on
now.
this hill. You definitely didn't.
I don't know. But anyway, high scores, high stakes is usually 4 friends partaking in gaming challenges every week and competing against one another in a league table. Whoever comes first in the challenge gets 3 points, second place gets 2 points, third place gets 1 point, and fourth place gets 0 points. That is how it usually works when we're in season. But obviously, this is a side quest, so we are not in season, so we're doing something slightly different this week.
Really?
Really?
Regale
Something
us.
very different, actually. Tomahawk has been listening to other podcasts and stealing their ideas, and that's how this episode was born.
I mean, you say stealing other ideas. Once it's in the public domain, who's to say what came first? Who just said we didn't record this episode in 2006 and we've held on to it for all this time?
High quality
Yeah.
cameras. And
Exactly.
mics.
This is just
Who's
long-term
to say
storytelling.
once one podcast, publicizes it, puts it out there, who's to say who did it first?
Not us. Not us.
I
All
will-
I know is
I
you
will
can't
say-
trademark an idea.
That's it. I will say though, shout out to Play Along Podcast for the inherently their idea, but they stole it from someone else, so it's the cycle continues.
So, what was once someone's idea became Play Along podcast idea, which is now our idea.
Yeah.
Thanks, Play Along.
And what is this magnificent
Okay,
idea that's
so the
been painted
idea
by a mystery person?
The idea is we all have a couple of lists. Those lists are top 10s of things. And what we are going to do is we're going to read the list from number 10 to number 1. And you guys are going to guess what that list is titled. So, if you get it after the first game, you will get 10 points. If you get it after the second game, you will get 9 points, and so on and so forth until we get to game number 10, where it is worth 1 point. So, just to illustrate this idea,
Fantastic.
wouldn't you believe it? Here's one I made earlier. So, this is just for illustrative purposes. You understand, it is not for any points. So, I have a list here, okay? And number 10 on this list is Half-Life 2.
Is it games that never got sequel?
Ooh. Cardinal.
Is it sequels? A list of sequels, best sequels.
It is not. Number 9 on this list is Dark Souls.
Games that defined a generation or genre.
Top 10 games I've never completed.
Ooh.
Was it
You're
specifically
halfway there when you said
Cardinal's
top
Play
10.
Library?
Cardinals unplayed games on Steam. Number 8, Portal 2.
Oh God. Top 10 silent protagonists.
Okay,
Oh,
it's not bad.
yeah. Top 10 first-person puzzle games.
Okay, no one has got it yet. Number 7 is Metal Gear Solid.
Top 10 first-person puzzle games. No.
Sterling guess.
It's the same guess. Stroke of
No,
jam.
I'm joking. I'm being sarcastic. Just for anyone aware. I don't know. These are random sounding.
Top 10 iconic soundtracks.
No one has got it yet.
Uh,
Number 6 is Mass Effect 2.
Top 10 games that their developers were banking on to be a smash hit.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, it's a guess. It's not right. I mean, what else do you want me to say here? It's not right.
Sherry's top games from the noughties.
Okay. So I'm going to just read out those 5 games, okay? Just to
I
refresh
just
your
remember Metal
memories.
Gear was from the 90s, but anyway.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
we'll gloss
Half-Life.
over that.
We had Half-Life 2, Dark Souls, Portal 2, Metal Gear Solid, Mass Effect 2, and game number 5 is The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt.
Great.
They
It's a
all
good
have
list.
something. They all have something in common. What is it?
But it's a wacky order. It's not chronological, is it?
It's not
It's not
chronological.
sales. It's not.
Is it top 10 games that have had a adaptation or adaptation on hold?
No,
Oh.
tis not. I mean, Portal 2 would be a heck of a game to adapt into TV or movie. Like, could work.
It's
Cardinal.
probably been worse.
There are there would be worse ones. Tetris, for example.
Oh, yeah.
Cardinal. What's your guess?
Top 10 games that are actually books.
Okay, no one has got it. Game number 4. Bloodborne.
These
Oh.
are top 10 games rated by Luvva.
Okay, not right.
Top 10 games that were vetoed by the podcast.
Ooh.
Incorrect. Game number 3.
Wait on Gran Turismo 7, turning up for that one. That list.
It is Tetris.
Top 10 games highest selling of their franchise.
Okay, not right, but you're getting there.
Is it top 10 games developed in a communist state?
Surprisingly, no.
That's weirdly
not that.
specific.
Damn.
Number 2 is The Last of Us.
Top 10 games that came with their consoles end cycle.
Nope.
Uh.
Getting further away from it, Tomahawk.
Colder. I don't know. I'm thinking it's personal related to one of us or this podcast, but I don't know.
Nope, I picked this one because I thought it was easy.
Oh
Not
my
gonna
goodness.
lie.
It seems so random.
Do you want to know what number 1 is on this list?
Yes.
Yeah, let's hear it.
This will probably give it away. It is The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild.
Top 10 most
Right?
expensive sequels? Oh no, top 10 most expensive games?
Okay, it's not that.
Okay.
Think simpler. than this.
It's top 10 ways to crash any audience's interest in the episode because I'm awful at this.
No. I'm going to be nice and I'm going to read the top 10 list again and I'm going to give you one more guess each, okay?
Okay.
It is a very, very, very simple topic. There's no tricks.
We're
We had
overthinking it.
we had Half-Life 2, Dark Souls, Portal 2, Metal Gear Solid, Mass Effect 2, The Witcher 3, Bloodborne, Tetris, The Last of Us, and The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. What do they all have in common?
Tetris is the only one that's throwing me, and it feels like it's the only one that doesn't belong. Because then it throws out my guess of top 10 games with character customization in it, but no.
No, mate. Easier than that. Cardinal.
Easier than that. Top 10 games that have defined Mr Luvva Luvva into who he is today.
I don't like Zelda.
I don't know.
It was GQ's best games of all time. It's a lot of recency bias in that. Yeah.
I don't like that list.
It was posted I think,
That's
last year.
What is
But yeah,
GQ
that
I mean,
is
literally, top 10 best games of all time should have been the first guess. You
yes.
said that.
Yes, I mean that's why I picked it because it was an easy topic. But that is how the episode is going to go. Cardinal, Tomahawk, and myself fumbling around overthinking simple lists. That's what it is. It's easy. It's easy. If that was a real list, both of you would have got 0 points because neither of you got it.
I'm so
Absolute
worried about the list I've created.
It's an absolute shambles this year. So it.
Anyone who watched season 2 might remember the Guess the Game based on review competition.
Oh,
which
yeah, that was a car crash segment. If I
Google
ever
outscored me.
experienced one.
After seeing that absolute car crash of a game there, it does not fill me with any sort of confidence that you're going to be able to get my 3 lists that I have because my ones are a lot more difficult than that, I'll be honest.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
So what this
I don't think
episode
they're-
actually is just us 3 yelling games at each other and yelling justifications for those games. I'm super pumped for this now.
This is going to be the worst episode of all time. Thanks for that play along.
No,
podcast.
it's not. It's going to be great. Come on.
Right.
Pump me.
Right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a run order, okay? I have still got a bit of a cough and a tickly throat, so I am not going to go.
Excuses out early?
I am not going to go first this week. And because he's gurned about it the whole way through the intro, I think there only is one choice for who is going to give us their lists first, and it's going to be
Tomahawk.
Tomahawk.
Nice.
Okay, so the way we're going to work this is lists like the one we've just played. We all have 3 each, and obviously that means everyone is playing for what, 60 points?
Yes.
Big points.
Big points, massive points. If we
That's
can
like
guess these lists,
Season 2 Luvva playing Resident Evil points.
it
Big
is.
tier, you know.
It is. It's absolute god tier gaming sort of score. So it is. But anyway, without any more further ado, Tomahawk, hit us with your first list there, man.
I'm gonna give you a choice on the first list here. Do you just want easy or hard mode?
Let's go easy to get us all
Let's go.
warmed up.
Easy. Okay. Right. So in number 10 we have Atlas.
Right,
So
Luvva,
it's-
educate me. What is Atlas?
Atlas is a game publisher. They publish the Persona games and Shin Megami Tensei. whatever
Oh,
it's called.
okay. It's not like a book full of maps.
It
facts
used to
about-
be
No,
that, yeah,
no.
but now books don't exist. So
Oh, right. Okay.
Everything's done in podcast medium, so yeah.
is it?
Books-
Ooh, is it publishers?
It's not publishers, no.
Okay, well, then that's me. I don't know.
Okay.
Is
okay. Top 10 book types you find in attics.
That is incorrect. I mean, it is
Is
so close, but
Is
it's
top 10 games that use Google Earth as their coding foundation?
that is incorrect. Remember, we need to rein in our expectation on
Okay.
how good these
Okay.
lists are going to be. So we'll go straight into number 9. Number 9 is going to be Mario.
Just Mario.
Just Mario. Just Mario.
Okay.
Then who's Atlas? Eh,
Atlas will become a bit clearer once we
we
start
get
to
through there.
get through the list. I think. No, that was a hard. To be fair, if I give you, we'll circle back to that at least anyway.
Is
So
it
Atlas is a character.
video game characters that wear dungarees?
No, but that's a bloody good guess. That's a really good.
Is it
Oh,
top 10? Is top video game characters that wear specific colors?
no, that
that's a
is incorrect. Okay. We'll swiftly move on to number 8. Number 8 is Nathan Drake.
He's a chap,
He
right?
certainly
From a
is.
video
Yes.
game.
Mm-hmm.
One of them horror types?
No.
no, he's
It's
Uncharted.
action adventure.
Uncharted.
Yeah. Oh, is it video game character? No, it can't be because that's nothing like my last guess. I was gonna say video game characters with brothers.
No.
What's
Sadly,
another-
Is
that's really
is
good.
it the
though.
top 10 lead characters of video games?
It is not lead characters in video games. No. Number 7, Solid Snake.
Is it the top hottest man in video gaming history?
I definitely wouldn't put Mario up there, but no, the
I don't
10
know.
hottest video game
I
characters
know.
I mean,
People like the
Mario
old Tash and
overall.
dungaree combo.
you'll fix your plumbing.
That's how I met Mrs. Luvva. Big mustache, big dungarees. She couldn't resist. What woman could? I don't know. I think it's got something to do with clothing. Is it
Biggest
top
shoe
10
size.
top 10 video game characters with iconic clothing?
Incorrect. But iconic would be in the same. We're on that sort of track anyway. If you want
Okay.
to think, that way. So number 6 is Sam Fisher.
Is it video game characters with an iconic piece of clothing? So what I mean by that is Mario's dungarees, Sam Fisher's
Night
little
vision goggles. Yeah. No, that is incorrect.
darn.
But you're actually you're starting to narrow it down. You're starting to get into you're on the right tracks anyway. I will say that much.
Okay.
Cardinal, would you like to hazard a guess?
Top 10 iconic video game characters with 4 or more video game series. That's the lead
Incorrect.
character.
No, sadly.
Jeez, I was just about to Google that myself just to find out.
So I'll give you that first half of this list here. So we have Atlas, Mario, Nathan Drake, Solid Snake, and Sam Fisher.
Okay.
I'll give you number 5 now. I sadly forgot to write down what game this is from, but Balthier is the character name.
Spell it.
Balthier. Balthier.
I have no idea who that is. Sounds like something from Diablo, doesn't it?
I think it's one of those kind of Elder
Gothic
Scrollsy type characters. Yeah, something like those.
Elder Scrolls character?
I can't remember.
That's
I actually
that's
genuinely
that's
can't
a
remember.
that's a character from Final Fantasy 12.
Is it?
I'm gonna go with the Final Fantasy
Balthier.
expert in the room here. I don't know. I don't know. Video game characters with iconic opening levels.
Incorrect.
Is it video game characters with iconic facial hair?
Cardinal's so close. But it's incorrect. He is incorrect, sadly. The number 4 is Commander Shepard, and I'm going to say specifically it's female Commander Shepard in this instance.
With no facial hair.
No facial hair at all. And it's the first female character. Well, I'm presuming because I have no idea who Atlas or Balthazar is or whatever he's called. Is it? I don't know. I don't know. I'm running out of words here with
That's
question
so
marks
good
after it in my
now,
page.
Mr. Smarty Pants.
Is
But
it?
in Mass Effect, is there going to be character customization? I don't know.
Yes.
Or is it
there
just
is, yeah.
Okay, so it's not going to be like famous hair because
No,
you
no,
can
no.
change that. So
Is it video game characters with, I don't know, an iconic voice?
Give that man
yes,
the
it's going to be.
points. Give,
I was going to say voice actor.
give Mr. Luvva
Yes!
Luvva the 4 points. That is
4 points.
Game Informer's top 10 memorable character voices.
Yes. Come on. Mario's a
excellent.
strange one, although, to
Atlas,
be fair.
Bioshock. Remember.
Oh, right. Okay.
So
Would you
I'll give you the full.
kindly?
I'll give you the full list anyway. So we
Yep.
had Atlas, we had Mario, we had Nathan Drake, Solid Snake, Sam Fisher, Balthier. As you say, Final Fantasy 12 wouldn't have been in my remit anyway.
No.
Commander Shepard, the Joker, Master Chief, and Gladys.
Aye. GLaDOS would have given away. Master Chief as well, to be fair.
The
I don't know if he would have got
Who's
it from
GLaDOS? Oh,
GLaDOS
he's the
is the
God of War
Portal.
guy.
robot from Portal.
Hey. That's incredible. That's a
Oh,
great
really?
list, actually.
Hard mode was the voice actors, so I think that would have been a bit of a struggle.
I think it would have been easier.
I
think it would have been easier.
So I don't know the voice actor for Atlas, but as you had Charles Martinet, Nolan North,
Yeah.
David Hayter, Michael Ironside, I think that might have
I think
possibly tipped it quicker.
Charles Martinet would have given it away, to be honest.
Very good.
So at the end of that, we have Love has got 4 points off the mark.
Come on, team.
Cardinal is in this familiar position of 0 points after a guessing
Mhm.
game.
Yes.
Should we crack on with list number
What can
2
you do?
then?
List number 2. Yeah, I'm excited for it now. I'm all warmed up. Let's go.
Okay.
Crack me an egg and poach me some lists.
Oh, beautiful. I fully plan to not do those things, but I can give you the list if you like.
I would like the list.
In number 10, we have Mega Man 10, the Legacy Edition.
Top 10 Mega Mans from chronological order reverse. A list of Mega Man games.
I only wish that were true. That is incorrect, sadly.
Mega Man 10, the Legacy Collection.
Yeah.
Is this, I don't know, Capcom remix?
It's not Capcom Remix.
Darn. Thought I had it there.
No, but still waited those.
I'll wait for that list to come out.
Number 9 is Marvel vs. Capcom 2, New Age of Heroes.
Top
So
10 universe crossovers?
It's another
Incorrect.
Capcom game. It's another Capcom
Because
game.
it wouldn't be High Scores, High Stakes without an obsession with Capcom.
So
Cap computers.
Marvel versus Capcom 2?
Yes.
Oh, games with iconic music. And I want to say...
Correct. But say it anyway. Let's hear it.
I was going to say intro music.
No. I don't know why
Okay.
I thought that would change that, but okay.
Nothing to do with music.
Number 8, Monster Hunter World.
Oh, now you've excited lover. Monster Hunter. For the
Now, to be
context of
fair-
listeners, over Christmas, all we heard about on the chat was Monster Hunter Rise and how we should all get it.
I will say, whenever I was curating these lists, I had this one particularly with Lover in mind, so
Okay.
sorry,
Well,
Cardinal.
They're all Capcom
That's
games.
alright, I'll
Cardinal.
pull it out the bag.
They're all
My
Capcom
guess.
games.
You've established the theme anyway, so that's good. That's always a good one.
Yeah.
That is top 10 list.
Yes.
Capcom.
Um,
Is
is
it
it t-
highest grossing Capcom games?
Isn't highest grossing Capcom games? No.
is it highest rated Capcom games?
I'm gonna need a little bit more.
Oh,
But
he's
if
been tough.
Cardinal
tough.
can't but if Cardinal can't get it in the next round, then I'll give you the points for the next tier, if that
Oh,
makes sense.
okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep.
Okay.
So that takes us to number 7. Resident Evil 3 Nemesis.
Hmm.
What was your last guess, Luvva?
I can't remember, mate.
Oh God.
uh, highest rated Capcom games on Amazon.
Do you know what? He's not far off, but he's
Yeah.
incorrect. I actually I'm gonna be a bit of a stickler about this. You could just say top, but I kind of need a little bit more than that.
I think
This is
it's
kind of based on the publisher, really. Yeah, on this publisher at
think
least, anyway.
I think it's Capcom's highest rated games on Steam.
It's not
Oh,
Steam. I'm gonna.
okay,
I'll,
well,
actually, you're on the right track.
Good Steam.
And whoever can get me the closest, what I'm gonna determine as the closest, is gonna get the points. Then I think.
okay.
So number 6 is Beautiful Joe.
What about him?
See, I thought I had this until you said Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, and then I was like, it can't be what I had in mind.
The heck's
it-
Beautiful Joe?
Yeah, is it? Because I know Okami's going to be in there too. So it is. That's going to be number 1. I'm going to go with the highest rated Capcom games on Metacritic.
Oh, the man's on a roll today. The man
I'm
is
gonna go the
absolutely-
highest rated Capcom games on Metacritic.
Cardinal, you should know by now. The points go to the first person to yell out the thing. It is in fact
Oh,
the top
damn
10
it.
games according to Metacritic.
Love
You're right. Okami is on that list.
it. Is it
It
number
is
1?
number 5.
Oh, wow. What's number 1? One of the Resident Evils. 2,
So
probably.
it goes 4 Code Veronica, 3 Street Fighter 4, 2 Devil May Cry, and 1 is Resident Evil 4, as you'd expect. Do you want to know what Metacritic give Okami? Actually,
86.
93.
Oh, it's a great game. It is a great game.
Resident Evil 4 was 96.
96,
So it was
yeah.
quite high there, to be fair.
Very
But
high.
I think it was the second highest rated game at the time of it on Metacritic, because obviously Ocarina of Time was like 97 or something, wasn't it?
yeah,
So what was that? What
so that
score did I
puts you
give
at
that one?
6 points there.
6?
6 for
10.
that. 6 for that round. 10 overall.
Love it.
So
Easy
Cardinal,
peasiness.
realistically, Cardinal, you need to get the next list in 1.
Here, there's love is list still to come for the overall scores. Don't
That's
worry.
it.
And I need to actually. Actually, I'm gonna go with this one. Actually, I had a couple that I was toying between, so I'm just gonna hit you off the bat with TT Games.
TT games.
TT Games, yes.
So is it like? Do you think it's like a genre type, like time trial, or do you think it's like a publisher we're not familiar with? You know, or a type?
TT Games. Um,
Top 10 arcade games based primarily in the UK.
No, that is incorrect. I like that. I
no
liked where
idea.
the thought process was going. You were just gonna say enough words in a similar order and hope that that was gonna stick.
Is it
So
developers who make walking simulators?
incorrect.
Okay.
Number 9 is Remedy.
Developers famous for story-based games.
That is incorrect. Cardinal.
Top RPG developer, publishers, something.
That is incorrect.
Technically, he's right. He did say something.
Or
Top 10
something.
somethings.
Number 8 is Capcom.
Top highest grossing publishers.
No, sadly.
Hmm. Is it
Should say
develop
develop-
developers? Top 10 developers by earnings 2008.
That was a grasp at straws if I ever heard it. It's incorrect, sadly. Number 7 is From Software.
From?
From.
We have Telltale, Remedy, Capcom.
Oh, is TT Telltale?
I'm presuming. I'm presuming that's what it
Think
means.
so.
Ah, right.
I've never heard of them.
No, TT games are called TT games. Sorry,
their
Telltale would be
name?
Telltale. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Remedy, Capcom. What was the most recent one?
From Soft.
Huh.
These are all developers of games,
Oh, he's got you there.
and they are all based in and around Woking in England.
Oh, good grief. That is not where I thought that was going. As soon as
No.
he said they are game developers, that I was like, oh, he's on. He
He's
could
got it.
be. No, sadly, geographical location is not what this top 10 list is about.
Damn,
Love it.
Capcom aren't in
Is-
Woking.
No,
No.
sadly.
No, mate. Unfortunately not. Is it games developers with, I don't know, a mascot?
No,
I have no
sadly.
idea. I don't know who
Should we get the
TT
next one
games
then?
are.
The next one on that list is BioWare.
BioWare. Is this
Bioware, huge.
Microsoft's shopping list for 2024?
No. Say, we need it all. What can we acquire?
We'll buy everyone.
No, it's not Microsoft shopping list
Darn.
for
I
2024.
thought I had it there. Like,
It's close.
I felt it there. I was like, this is definitely it.
It is this, and I genuinely make these up as I say them. I'm saying this right now to pause my own brain to give me a chance to think of something to say. But is it a top 10 of developers who have created the highest grossing Star Wars games?
Ooh.
No, it is not, sadly. Shall we BioWare Star Wars game?
Yeah, Knights of the Republic.
True. Yeah, good shout actually.
No, we're on. No.
Sorry,
What a
now
guess,
I've
Chris.
woken up. Yes. Anyway, number 5 is Valve.
Is it the top 10 publishers or developers who should release a game sometime soon?
If anything, I think they've all released too many games over the course of history.
Is it?
Is that a clue?
Is
No.
it? I don't know how you would make us into a top 10, but is it developers that are also publishers?
No.
Okay.
We'll go into number 4, which was Epic Games. There's a lot of stunned silence there in that.
Is this a list of developers who've created their own store, web store? or games.
No, but yeah, I think you're kind of in the. I want to say you're in the right ballpark at least. Anyway, they have done. They've all done something. They've all brought something to the table in that respect. Then I suppose I'll give you that.
They've all done something.
Is it? I mean, I don't think Remedy have done this. Is it developers who have created their own PC launchers?
No, no.
Well,
The
that's shot.
next one is actually the next one on that list then is Telltale Games.
Oh, there they are.
So there they are now.
And this is third in the list.
This is third in the list. We've only got this Telltale and two more.
Hmm. Remedy. Remedy.
Yeah, I need a remedy
For this list. This list is
For this list.
hard.
Is it hard or am I overthinking it?
Where-
Is it?
I think rather than think about like niches, I think big picture. I think for in terms of these devs, then might be the best clue I can kind of give you at this point.
Okay. So, TT Games, Remedy, Capcom, FromSoft, BioWare, Valve, Epic, Telltale.
Yeah.
What have they all got in common with one another, other than being game developers?
I think the cogs are turning in Cardinal's head here. I can see.
I feel like there's a few crossovers of games they've developed.
Are
Like
you?
when I said Star Wars, there was BioWare, but there's also been like Lego Star Wars and
Boys, onto something. He's thinking.
Is
and
TT Traveler's Tales?
No.
Because I don't know who TT are at all. Is it Traveler's Tales?
No.
No.
have they all developed games that have then gone on to have Lego versions?
No, it's not. But I think you need to go a bit bigger on this in terms of your.
Oh, the only thing.
Which is like number 2.
Hold on, I haven't
Yeah.
made a guess at this one.
Well, let Luvva have a guess.
Is it? I have no idea. Is it developers who have made a game based on an existing movie franchise?
Incorrect. Should we proceed to number 2 then,
Mhm.
boys? Yep.
Mhm.
So the
Yes.
number 2 spot on this was ID Software.
I
Can't tell if that's brought you closer or further away.
I don't know who that is.
It's Ed. They made
I'm
Doom.
not very good. Made Doom.
Yep.
Oh, they've all made movies or TV shows.
Incorrect.
Well, that wasn't my answer.
He's only spitballing here. Id Software. Is it developers who have like a figurehead? So like one of them is really famous, if that makes sense.
What do you mean?
One like the head of them is well known in gaming.
Oh, no. So they're like their actual like
Like
spokesperson
Gabe
or whatever is.
Newell and John Romero and that sort of
Oh
stuff.
no, nothing like that then.
Okay.
Do you want an actual guess then, Cardinal? Or you just strokes for that?
You know what? I was generally going to say that they've made games that were based on popular TV shows.
Oh, okay. So I'll give you the number 1 spot, and then we'll recap
Mhm.
the list then. So number 1 is Rockstar Games.
Ah! So then our list is what is TT.
So
Remedy.
TT, Remedy, Capcom, From Software, BioWare, Valve, Epic, Telltale, id Software, and Rockstar. What do all these developers have in common? Or what have all these developers done at one stage or another in their company life cycle?
I don't know.
Have they been a producer on a published movie?
Incorrect. Luvva, do you want to take one more stab at this for a single point to clinch the victory?
See, every time you think you have an idea, one of the developers doesn't meet that criteria. Is it? I don't know. I have no idea.
I've just updated the spreadsheet to get my 0 points now.
Go on, Luvva. We'll throw out a guess. We'll just anything Des might have done.
Is it game developers that have had a massive breakthrough hit?
No, incorrect. Well, I'm inclined to give you that one. More specifically, it was the top 10 game developers who have done something to change the gaming industry.
Of course they have.
Oh,
Who's TT Games?
TT Games made the Lego games, so Cardinal was kind of
So
yeah.
Traveler's Tales.
That's not TT Games.
what-
I'm giving
that's
you
what they're
that.
called.
It's not a technicality. It's TT Games.
hey,
They're
it's
called
as it's
Traveler's
whatever the
Tales.
list.
So
Yes,
I'm going
yes.
by. You can't shout at me because I just pulled this one from the internet. So the likes of Remedy brought in the bullet time into their gameplay. Capcom with their survival horror, FromSoft with their Souls like genre,
Yeah.
BioWare with their we do it as like their all their character customization, their LGBTQ plus inclusivity is what this article had brought it up as.
Okay.
Valve, Steam,
Yeah.
uh,
Epic, Fortnite.
and the Unreal Engine, Telltale with player choice story driven experiences,
Yeah.
id
Id
Soft with
them.
basically modern. It is the blueprint for
FPS.
modern FPSs, and
then
Rockstar
with
with
GTA.
GTA.
Yeah. Nah, it all makes sense.
When it's
It all
broken down
checks
for
out,
you, yeah,
Cardinal.
that's
It
it.
Damn
all
it.
checks out.
So
Who earns?
that
Boo.
final standing puts us at Luvva 10,
Mm-hmm.
Cardinal 0. Sadly,
That's annoying. That's annoying. I wouldn't have got there. I don't think, to be honest with you. That's Tom's list out of the way. So that is Tom's turn to step into the hot seat and see if he can guess some games. So, Cardinal, if you want to give us your first list of games, mate.
Thank you very much, Luvva. Well done, Tom. You kicked us off. Nice. I could get off the board with the points. Now it's your turn. So, Luvva in the lead with 10 points. But here is my top 10 list for both of you guys.
Ooh.
And game coming in at number 10 is Elden Ring.
Top 10 G franchises.
Top 10 what franchises?
RPG franchises.
No.
Is it the games that have won the Game of the Year award?
It is not. That is not the list I'm looking for.
Ah, darn.
But these are very sensible first guesses.
Excellent. That's what I like to hear.
Number 9 on my list is Tekken 3.
Elden Ring, Tekken 3.
Elden Ring and Tekken 3.
Hmm.
The top 10 games with some amount of character customization.
It's good, but it's not right.
Is it? I have no idea. Tekken 3. Elden Ring. What a
Yeah,
great
that's
list this
Not
is already.
not a combo I thought I'd ever hear in the same sentence.
No, no, not at all. Is it? I don't know. t- Top grossing uh,
Things.
games on
it's
PlayStation
not.
consoles.
Just to
Okay.
cut you off early, yeah, it's not.
It is not top 10 grossing games on PlayStation consoles.
Okay.
Number 8 for 8 points is Batman Arkham City. Arkham City.
Is it games that have won the most Game of the Year awards?
Actually, it isn't.
Ah.
Is it
You have it.
games
You got it.
with multiple DLCs?
Tekken 3?
Stranger things have happened in these lists.
Yeah, I suppose so.
True. True. But not today. Not today. In number 7 on this list is Uncharted 2 Among Thieves.
Hmm.
And I will say, if one of you has been close, right now I'm not going to tell you.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Is it? I can't get Game of the Year out of my head, you know? Just because of the Arkham City cover. I had all the Game of the Year, Game of the Year, Game of the Year, Game of the Year, Game of the Year. Uncharted 2. Tekken 3, Elden
Tekken
Ring.
3 is the sticking point here. I'm going to hazard is it games that have the best original story?
I mean, you do
Sorry,
know what
it-
Tekken 3 is,
Yes,
right?
but like all these Tekken games have this blase story attached to them, and they all
They
could
do.
be at that point could be the best story they've ever done.
And for season 2, we recently played another fighting game, and to practice, I played the story, and it was insane. So I
Yeah,
get what you're talking
exactly.
about.
And Elden Ring has George R.R. Martin attached to it, so story's not a completely out there guess.
No,
Again,
but Tekken 3.
I like it,
I'm being
but the
assaulted.
list, this is not it.
Is it? Most critically acclaimed games in PlayStation history.
Critically acclaimed. Define critically acclaimed.
Like
Critics acclaimed
highest
it.
rated. Like highest rated, won Game of the Year awards from loads of outlets, stuff like that.
So it's you're saying the highest rated games from PlayStation history.
I mean, I said critically acclaimed, but why not? I'll go with that.
Because if you said highest rated games in PlayStation history, according to Metacritic, you'd be right.
I
Congratulations.
feel as if that felt guided. That felt like a very guided, coerced
It was
answer
too
there.
close. It was too close not to give. Luvva had already said previously as her highest grossing in PlayStation history. And what I have is PSP, PS Vita, PS1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the Metacritic scores up. So I
I
have,
mean, when
and
you're
that's not
good, you're
user
good.
score, that's critics scores. So I have to
You
give it
could
to
say all these games are critically acclaimed. That's what I'm saying. Is that another
What I
6
would like to,
pointers?
I would like to hear the list actually now.
Yeah. So the top 10 list, PlayStation history.
Tomahawk 2 has to be the highest.
Elden Ring, Tekken 3, Batman Arkham City, Uncharted 2, Grand Theft Auto 3
Ooh.
in number 6. Number 5 is Red Dead Redemption 2.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4 is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3.
Oh.
Number 3 is Grand Theft Auto 5.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2 is Grand Theft Auto 4.
Yes.
And the PlayStation
Tony Hawk
all
Pro
time
Skater 2.
is actually surprisingly Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, which scores 98.
98. Yeah.
Incredible.
I remember that from our console ranking episode. It was like, I was like, are you really? Tony Hawk 2 get that? But yeah, well deserved. Is that another 6 points for me, Cardinal?
I thought that was 7.
Or
1, 2,
5?
3,
Yeah.
4. Yeah, it's 7.
7
It's
more
your list,
points?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Couldn't be. Because you
Yes,
get
could be.
Elden Ring, Tekken 3, Arkham City, Uncharted 2.
Yeah, Uncharted
10,
was 7th.
9, 8, 7. Amazing.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Count with friends.
Love it. Oh, this is fun.
Love it.
See, these
All
are
right.
great when Luvva doesn't have to play host and he can actually just take a step back and guess games now. He actually might. He puts up a half decent score.
This is
Yeah.
great. This is just pure knowledge, boys. You're in the
Well.
shadow of greatness here.
So that puts Luvva on
You're-
17 as an accumulative score. Yes.
That's not bad, mate. It's not bad.
Can confirm 17, 0-0 for the others.
Luckily for you, boys, I'm going to have 3 lists. You might pick up some points then.
Hopefully. I just want to take us down a peg or two
Okay.
because my next list is of a different variety and it is taken. It's not me searching Metacritic and
Mhm.
filtering. This is a article. So
Okay.
I was about to read what the article was. Tell you, I did. I'll not do that.
Don't let us stop you.
Counterproductive, but okay.
You're gonna like this one. In 10th place is Final Fantasy 15.
Top 10 Final Fantasies soundtracks.
No.
Top 10.
One aspect of that could be close though.
Top 10 Final Fantasies.
No.
Okay.
Again, one aspect of that statement could be close.
Is it top 10?
Top 10 fantasies Cardinal Smith has.
See what you think when I read out game number 9.
Okay.
Number 9 is Final Fantasy 8.
Yes. It's way too low on this list. That's what I'm thinking. So it can't be the best Final Fantasies because 8 would be number 1.
Maybe.
Why would people not like Final Fantasy 8 so much to put it down at number 9 in the top
10 Final Fantasy protagonists?
Again, it can't be that because that would be number 1.
I'm not sure it would be number 1, but it's not the right answer.
Is it best final boss or something along those lines?
It's not. Let's move on to number 8, which is Final Fantasy Tactics.
No, I'm not particularly versed in any Final Fantasy, but is it safe to say that are these Final Fantasies an online element?
So far, not.
Okay.
No.
Then that's somewhat of a wasted guess then.
That's
Well, it's got nothing to do with ratings because Final Fantasy Tactics is universally adored, and I think if it was ratings, that would be higher in the list, way higher. Is it
I've never played it.
top 10? I don't know what it could be actually. Is it top 10 Final Fantasy games with people's favorite NPCs? I don't know. I'm struggling here.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. It's not. We'll move on to number 7, which is Final Fantasy 16.
I don't know. Did all these Final Fantasies have the same director? Is it the top 10 Final?
They did.
Is it the top 10 Final Fantasies by
I
whoever?
have to
That's my
accept your
guess.
first answer.
Yeah, that's my guess.
Okay. It's not
Is it the
director related.
Top 10 fan ranked with no taste, apparently, if Love is in charge of this list of Final Fantasy games.
Of this particular article, it is not a fan rank. So
Okay.
it is not a rank of best of.
Okay.
Number 6 is Final Fantasy 13.
13?
Is this the bad one? Is Final Fantasy 13 the one that is kind of
That's what I was going to say. Is Final Fantasy 13 the one with lightning?
Yes,
Or is that... It is, yeah.
it is. Yes. Who is a female lead protagonist?
Um,
Who herself is cool.
I don't think it's got anything to do
It
with
got
characters.
it got a lot of flack for it being linear.
Yeah, I
Whereas
don't think it's got anything to do with characters.
Normally being open world RPG. But yeah.
I don't think it's got anything to do with characters. Is it Final Fantasy's ranked like by soundtrack?
It's back to soundtrack again. It's not.
Okay.
is it top ranked Final Fantasy weapons from main
No,
protagonist? No.
Let's move on. Number 5 is, of course, Final Fantasy Tactics Advance.
Hmm.
Which I've never heard of.
It's just PlayStation 1 game on the Game Boy Advance, mate. It's just a re-release.
Don't laugh at me, but is this the top 10 Final Fantasy canonical installations?
Are you saying when they should be played
In
Like
in
in
chronological
some
order.
sort of order? No, they're all unrelated to each other,
Okay.
generally. The games only make references to between each other about certain things, but they're not.
I haven't had Final Fantasy 7 yet. Is it Final Fantasies with memorable antagonists?
It's not.
Okay.
It could be, but it's not. Number 4, speaking of memorable antagonists, is Final Fantasy X.
Hmm.
That's not helping. I don't know what that means.
Sorry, that's a gif of the character from Final Fantasy X laughing. Absurdly.
Okay. Is it top 10 Final Fantasies with the best support team?
No, but I like how insane that these guesses are getting.
Okay,
You
so
need
it's
to kind of
something
give us a
really,
bit of a
really
range here.
simple.
Do we need to
It's
bring
gonna be
this in,
something
or
simple. Is it something along the lines of Final Fantasy? So top 10 Final Fantasies based on sales, but it can't be because
No.
Final Fantasy
No,
gets so low down.
Let's move on. Number 3 is Final Fantasy 12, which is Tom's favorite because it's got a character called Balthier.
it's the most expensive? No, that's not. That couldn't be, because Final Fantasy 13 would be number 1, or 16 would be number 1, surely.
I'd say get your guesses out and let's move on to the top 2.
Yeah. Is
Yeah.
it Final Fantasies with memorable side games?
No, because again, 8 would be up near the top with this little card. Tom, did you have a guess there?
Is it top 10 Final Fantasies that Cardinal has played?
I haven't played some of these, absolutely. I don't even like some of them. It's not. Number 2, however, right? Number 2, important, is Final Fantasy 14,
That's the online one.
which is online. So it's
Okay.
an MMO.
And Final Fantasy Tactics is on the list twice, yeah?
Yeah.
Tactics and Tactics Advance, yeah.
And Final Fantasy 14. Top 10. Top 10 Final Fantasies ranked by storyline.
What about the storyline?
I don't know.
What do you mean ranked by storyline?
Like, it's just a rank of these are the best stories in Final Fantasy. Because I think we haven't had Final Fantasy
No.
6. And I'm expecting Final Fantasy 6.
Is
Or-
it top 10 Final Fantasy stories in terms of how long they take to complete?
Yes.
Love it.
Yes!
It is a list of the longest to beat Final Fantasies
How is 14 not top?
because it's up because 11 is top, which was also online and has just been out for years longer.
Yeah, how many points is that for Tom?
That is a whole 2 points.
I'll
Whole
take a whole
2
2 points.
And I can't believe you got it.
Unreal.
And
Well
in
done,
terms
Thomas.
in terms of what you're talking about there, Final Fantasy, the start was like 50 hours. Final Fantasy it was 52 hours. Blah blah blah. Advanced 55 hours.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 12, very randomly, 92.5 hours to complete the
Okay.
single player.
But that
So I
Final
think
Fantasy
I
12
suppose
was
because
that
the
weird
MMO
time.
ones
Stupid.
were ending.
14 at the time of this article was 231 hours to complete the main mesh story,
Good lord.
That's
of which I have done.
Like, so Sherry.
Sherry
really
hasn't.
shit,
Sherry got to
guys.
level 30 and canned it.
Oh, well. At least he gets
Sherry's
sense.
put about 10 hours in. Final Fantasy 11, 707 hours to
Blooming
complete.
hell. That's a mad amount of time spent on Final Fantasy games. Not for me, boys. Not for me. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
I think
let's.
was it?
That was my second list.
Yep.
I am going to wait. You know what? I will carry on with this one. Okay, so here we go. Now for something a little different.
Ooh.
Ooh, tasty.
Number 10. Number 10 on the list, according to this page, is Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2 The Sith Lords.
Games. Top 10 games that were fixed by their communities.
No. Nice point, though.
Top 10 most moddable games.
No. But it is
Okay.
highly moddable.
It is.
And number 9 is Star Wars X-Wing Alliance.
Huh. X-Wing Alliance?
Top 10 highest rated Star Wars games.
It's good, but it's not quite right.
He's got it from a site. Best selling Star Wars games on GOG.
Again, it's not quite as good, but it is not quite right either.
Okay.
Number 8 is Monkey Island 2, LeChuck's Revenge.
Monkey Island 2. Games with twist endings.
I don't know. I don't know.
Monkey Island 2 is
That's
a bit
not
of a top 10 games with a darker narrative than you might think.
Yes. No, I don't know. It's not
No.
that. So that's
Okay.
10, 9, 8. Number 7 is simply Loom. LOOM.
I
That's
don't
tough.
know. Is it? I have no idea what lim is. um, is it games games on more than one disc.
Came out in 1990.
I didn't say CD. I said disc. Could be floppy.
Could be floppy. No.
Is it top 10 LucasArts games?
Yes.
Unreal.
Yes, it is. As per this IGDB.com list.
Well done. How many points is 7?
That is 7.
Oh.
Out of the bag. See, near the top, we get into Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic and Day of the Tentacle and
Ah,
Day
Day
of the
of the Tentacle's
Tentacle
great.
is Day of the Tentacle's a fantastic game.
It's unreal.
The
Unreal.
remaster on PlayStation is great as well.
Yep. What a great game.
big points for Tom there at the end.
Big
That's-
points up to
What
9.
was read us through the rest of the list then after everything after
Loom.
Yeah, Loom. We had Gladius, a turn-based gladiatorial RPG.
Sure, why not?
Sure, why not? Released 2003, apparently. Then
wow.
Star Wars TIE Fighter, which I recall my brother playing in his school.
I remember X-Wing.
And Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis.
I have
Yeah.
that as well. That's a great game. Because my original thought as soon as I was thinking it's LucasArts, is it going to be point and clicks? But then I thought surely Night of the Old Republic 2 is a bit more advanced than that.
Yeah. Yes.
But
A
then I
little?
thought, yeah, just a little bit more advanced.
Yeah.
It's not too point and click because it's start action. As soon as the action starts, it stops. You have to click what action you want to do. It's a bit like, but no, Knights of the Old Republic is the next game. Star Wars. Day of the Tentacle is number 2, and then Monkey Island Special Edition Collection.
Love it.
Okay. Quality. That was a really
Love
good
it.
3 lists, actually.
It actually was. It actually was. They were
I
tough.
mean,
they were
true
tough.
true to
It's been tough.
form in with Final Fantasy and LucasArts games, but there we are. That was
I had to do it.
Okay.
go with what you
so
know.
that means it's my turn, gentlemen. I am going to rank my 3 lists in order of what I believe to be easiest to most difficult. So are we ready for list number 1, which I believe is the easiest list?
Okay.
I need to get points. Let's go.
Okay. So in this list, in at number 10 is Deal or No Deal 2007.
Top 10 highest rated games that were only ever released on demo disc.
Love it, but not right. Not quite.
Is it top 10 games based off TV shows?
It is not.
That's a good guess.
A non-mover at number 9 is Alone in the Dark Illumination.
Illuminate me with the answer.
You eliminate me with the answer.
Is it
Oh,
top 10 games that I don't want to play because I know that Noel Edmonds might be
That is a very specific list, but it is not the one I'm looking at.
in at number 1, it's Mr. Blobby. Crinkly bottom. It is the top 10 list of games from 2007 on the PlayStation 2.
That's a great guess. An absolutely
you.
superb guess. But it ain't right. It's not even close. So when I said it was a great guess, I was actually lying. Sorry, Cardinal. Number 8 is Spogs Racing. That is Spogs. SPOGS. Racing.
Is it the top 10 lowest ranked games of all time?
Whew.
Is it the top 10 lowest ranked games on PlayStation consoles?
Go on, I have to give it to Tom. Go on, I
He's
have
on
to.
a roll.
What it was Screen Rant's worst video games of all time.
Okay.
Tom, you get that in number 8, so make points set.
Outrageous.
That ties me with Luvva, just so you know.
I
8 points. The bigsies, right? Are you ready for the second hardest list that I have here, boys? Right now, the scores are I'm on 17, Tomahawk's on 17, Cardinals on 0.
I have you on 19 and 15. I've got my scores wrong.
Oh
I,
dear.
don't know. We'll trust Cardinal.
No,
He's
don't
using
trust
his
me.
he's using
I've
his
done it wrong.
computer. Right. So list number 2.
Oh, I have done it wrong. You're right. You're equal.
In
List
at
two, carry on.
number 10 is Valiant Hearts: The Great War.
Top 10 games that sequels kind of broke the company.
No, that's a very specific list. I would read your newsletter, Tomahawk. But no, that is not my list. Cardinal.
Is it top 10 games that were free from release?
It is not. It is not that. Number 9 is Total War as a series.
It's the top 10 strategy game
It is not.
series.
Top 10 strategy games with the most installments.
It is not.
Oh.
Number 8 is Age of Empires, the series.
The series. Okay, so it's not highest grossing. No, it couldn't be because Age of Empires and Total War are huge.
They
Be
were
higher.
massive. They were massive just by sheer numbers of of games as well.
Yeah,
Both of them.
Like just out of everything they've
million
ever
Total
released.
Wars.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is it top 10 strategy games that have technically no end to them?
It is not.
Okay.
Number 7 is March of the Eagles.
Is this the top 10 of Cardinal's Steam library?
Yes, it is. It
How
is.
did you find it?
It is the only 10 games in Cardinal Steam history that he has left a review for on Steam.
I thought I said that account to private.
It is not that, Tomahawk. It is not that.
Seems if it was.
Is it the top 10 most difficult strategy games to pick up?
No, mate. It is not that. Number 6 is the Oregon Trail.
Okay.
No, the Oregon. Was
Oregon
that not
Trail,
like a DOS?
It's a
game?
text.
Yeah,
It's a text-based game. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
You have died of dysentery.
you're managing resources. You're on a wagon.
Is it?
What's that doing on this list?
Is it top 10 strategy games that have had an iOS port?
No, it is not.
Well,
However, mostly right, but yeah, no Valiant Hearts either. Cardinal.
Is it the top 10 groundbreaking strategy games?
It is not. It is not. Number 5, I'm probably going to mispronounce, so I apologize in advance. It is Europa Barbarium.
It's not what I thought you were going to say.
Nope. I know you thought I was going to say
Europa Barber.
Barbarorium or something.
I just wrote Barb and a squiggle on my notes here.
Barbarium. Europa
Barbararium.
Barbarium.
It's where you buy all your Barbaras.
Mm-hmm. In Europe.
Oh, your European barbers.
Do we have any guesses? Don't me to reiterate the list for you.
Please,
Sure.
yes.
Yeah, please.
We're getting pretty deep into it. So we have Valiant Hearts, The Great War.
Mm.
And then we have this Total War series, Age of Empire series, March of the Eagles, the Oregon Trail, and then Europa Barbarium or whatever.
Is it the games with the strategy games with the most mods available on NexusMods.com?
It is not. It is not.
Is
Big
it
plug.
top 10 strategy games? Period. That's it, yeah.
No. No.
Stop.
It's a
No.
dramatic effect.
Number 4 is Cardinal's favorite, Hearts of Iron 4.
Specifically for.
Specifically 4.
Is it top 10 strategy games where you can change the outcome of history?
No. Good guess. But no.
Well, what's that doing there?
Well, it's a strategy game. And I thought we
It
were
is.
all in agreement that this entire list is all strategy games, including Valiant Hearts, The Great War.
Yeah.
It's the fact that you've got
Okay.
Total War as a series, Age of Empires as a series,
Yeah.
but not Hearts of Iron as a series. It's specifically
Nope.
one entry.
Specifically 4. Specifically 4.
So it can't be most concurrent players. It can't be highest grossing. It's not chronological. It's not difficulty. It's not. It's
This is
strategy
the-
games with the best soundtrack.
No, it is not that. Number 3 is Cardinal's second favorite game of all time, Victoria 3.
What's that doing on anyone's list? That's a
It will all make sense. I'm surprised you
Commonly
haven't got it already.
Is it
And when I say you, I mean you, Cardinal.
is it top 10 strategy games with obscene loading times?
It is not that.
but the position of Oregon Trail.
Oregon Trail smack bang in the middle, which is actually really
Yeah,
bugging me on this one.
Mhm.
that's thrown me off. I mean, all that's thrown me off because I've got 0 before in every list so far. But
Yep. You're still
Uh,
currently on 0
I don't. Why is Victoria 3 in that list?
because it fits this list.
Because it fits. Most recent releases from the publisher Paradox Interactive.
It is not that. It is not that. Are you ready for number 2?
Mm,
Yeah.
Number 2 is Crusader Kings as a series.
Is it top 10 strategy games with an iconic cover character?
It is not, because the cover character for the Oregon Trail was a wagon.
I mean, that could be iconic
It's pretty iconic.
if you're into wagons and a wagon.
I mean,
Oh.
I mean, we're not all into wagons, but I do know quite a few people who are into painting wagons.
Painting them
To be
red,
Simpsons reference.
by any chance? Gotta
So
paint
I'm
it
going to read the
good.
list again because
Well, the last 3 are all Paradox.
yes, they are. We have
But-
Valiant Hearts, The Great War, Total War as a series, the Age of Empires series, March of the Eagles, Oregon Trail, Europa Barbararium, Hearts of Iron 4, Victoria 3, and Crusader Kings, the series.
Are they strategy games that chronologically take more crossover the most time in history? Getting increasingly so as further down the list.
It's a pretty good guess, but no. It's a pretty good guess. That's all I'm saying. Tom, have you had a guess at one? You
No,
have, you
not on
said
this one.
iconic characters.
Oh, I did
on the cover?
character covers. Yeah, yeah, I did.
Yep. So number
So
one
the
then,
last one
the
going to be
last
Europa
game
Universalis.
is Europa Universalis 4.
Are these strategy games that take the longest game time to play to complete?
No,
Come on,
it is not that.
this is factually correct.
Is it?
Tomahawk.
Top 10 strategy games / series in historically chronological order?
It's not
Hmm.
that either. It is not that. It is not that. Um, I'm going to give you one more chance to get a point here, okay? So this is
Oh.
for
What a gift.
a point. This was
Right.
actually a top 25 list. And number 11 was Assassin's Creed, the series.
Is it the most historically accurate strategy game?
I'm going to give it.
Okay.
It's not strategy games, but it's the most historically accurate games ever made.
Oh man.
Cardinal got off the 0. He's on a 1.
He's got a single point.
I'm surprised you didn't get that way earlier, Cardinal. I'm not going to lie. I
That's-
thought you would have
I
got
didn't
that
think of.
at
I think we got
Victoria
bogged down
3.
in strategy games as opposed to
Yeah.
historical accuracy.
That's why I
but
kept on reading the list, because Valiant Hearts is not a strategy game.
Is that why you're specifying?
That's why I
Valiant
kept
Heart.
on reading the list,
the only
because
time we've
Valiant
ever
Hearts.
mentioned Valiant Hearts is about how it never got a sequel in Cardinal's book.
It
That
never got a
was
sequel,
that
I don't
was
think.
that was another game. That was like a PS. It
Vagrant
did get a
Story.
sequel. It wasn't even
Oh
Vagrant.
no, it wasn't,
Story.
because I read the
Vandal
other
Hearts.
days.
It was
Vandal
Vagrant.
Hearts.
It was no, it was Vagrant Story was the one I listed in that episode. Yeah.
And you did
That's
the
actually-
cyberpunk apology on Twitter.
Yes.
Okay, are we ready for my most difficult top 10 list?
Okay.
Yes,
if
I need
that's anything
16
to go
points.
by.
Okay, now there is a word in this list that I disagree with, and there are
Are we
substitutions
going to
that
get cancelled?
substitutions that I will accept. If that makes sense, it will
Okay.
if you will by the end. Okay, so number 10 is Fire Emblem, Shadow Dragon, and Blade of Light. And I
Are
don't
these-
know if that's two different games. I have no idea. I knew you were going to ask it. I'm presuming so, because the Fire Emblem games do come out like Pokemon. There's two versions of the same game.
That was my first guess was gonna be is it top 10 one games?
Top 10.
I was going to guess is top 10 Pokemon games because I'm like going Fire Emblem isn't. Yeah, I don't even.
It's not a Pokemon game, mate.
Yeah, no.
Is it top 10 grossing games on mobile phone?
It is not. Fire Emblem being a Nintendo franchise, of course.
Oh.
Number 9. Doom.
Is it in reverse order? The chronologically oldest games?
No, it is not that. Believe it or not.
Is it
In random order?
quote unquote best fan bases?
No, it is not that. Although I like where you come from. Number 8. Final Fantasy.
Just Final Fantasy.
Yep, the first one.
The first one or the
first installment, not so much
The
the franchise.
first one, not the
Okay.
first one that came over here, which was Final Fantasy 3, but the original Final Fantasy. The original one. Originally released on the NES in 1986, I think.
the top 10 games released on the NES?
No. Because
Fire Emblem.
obviously, like the NES port of Doom was insanely good.
Is it
Tomahawk.
the top 10 games that came late to the UK?
No, it is not. Although the next game would sort of reinforce that. It is Dragon Quest.
Is
Ooh,
it
golly.
top 10 NES games?
It is not. If it was anything to do with the NES, I would be telling you that both those games are on NES. But it is not. It's nothing to do with the NES.
Is it NES? No. Is it the?
What a troll.
What is it?
I
What's
don't
the
know.
answer?
You meant to be telling me.
Is longest running franchises. Why did I say that?
I mean, it's not a
I'm going to say it.
bad guess because they are all quite long running series, but no, it is not that. Number 6 is Seiken Densetsu, which I have
Say
no
that
idea
one
what it
again.
is. Seiken Densetsu. So that
Is
is
this a-
S.
Oh,
Go
go ahead.
It's another RPG, I believe.
Is it top 10 protagonists?
It is not that. Cardinal.
Is it the? Nah, that's too random. I was thinking, is it the first in the series of the highest grossing games in Japan?
It is not that. Although, it's not bad. Although I don't know how successful Doom was in Japan. But anyway.
I don't know.
Number 5. Number 5. Middle of the pack is Castlevania. Castlevania.
I remember that game looking class.
Castlevania still looks really good.
It
Still
just
looks
it
really
had a
good.
style.
Yes, very much so. And just everything was beautiful.
Mm.
Everything in that game was just great. The music as well is utterly superb. Amazing game. Amazing game. Hard as all hell, but really good
Yeah.
game.
Castlevania.
Don't we read the list 3 from 10 to 5?
John will be a hint in here.
There
There'll be a
will
reason
be,
he wants to
yeah.
list it.
So we had Fire Emblem, Shadow Dragon, and the Blade of Light. I don't know if it was 2 games or 1 game. Doom, Final Fantasy 1, Dragon Quest, Seiken Densetsu, and Castlevania.
Are they top 10 RPGs doused in controversy?
No. No, they're not that.
He mentioned at the start there was words he was going to exclude.
Yes, there's a word used in the title of this list that I think they've used incorrectly. And there are substitutions to that word that I will accept.
Fair enough.
Okay?
Yeah.
So, number 4 is the phenomenon that was Pokemon Red/Blue. There's a lot of RPGs in this list, to be fair.
Would it be top 10 highest grossing RPGs that's first installments of their franchise?
It is not that. It is not that. Cardinal. I know you're a massive Pokemon Red/Blue fan.
I have
Who-
definitely played a Pokemon game.
Who's
For
your
sure.
starter, mate?
Jeff.
Oh, yeah. My favorite too.
Jeffamon.
Jeffamon.
Sorry, Digimon all the way, you know.
Oh.
I was joking. The join us on Twitter for online beef over games. Is it the top the games with the most enemies?
It is not that.
Could you imagine
Number
someone's job
3.
who has to count enemies in the games?
Number 3 is the ubiquitous Capcom reference. It is, of course, Resident Evil. Resident Evil.
It's impossible.
It can't not do it.
Top 10.
Tom's twisted here.
Top 10 JRPGs.
Okay, I'm gonna have to say no.
Resident
No.
Evil.
Yeah.
Castlevania. He's got RPG stuck in his head. There's a Castlevania game and there's Doom.
I know I'm broken. You've broken me enough. I'm stuck. I'm stalling now.
This is my hardest one.
Mm-hmm.
This is my most difficult list.
Is it chronological order of games that Luvva Luvva has completed?
It is not, because this next game on the list I cannot stand, let alone have ever completed. It is, of course, Medieval.
Oh, with Cuthbert
Sir Daniel
Sir-
Fortescue.
That's him. It was some oldie worldy
Yes, it was.
kind of name. Daniel Fortescue. I remember playing that as a demo disc. from
Yes,
the
mate.
PlayStation
Yes,
Mag.
I loved the demo disc of that game, but the game was absolutely, in my opinion, dreadful.
Was it?
I hate it. And then the
I never got past the
remastered,
10 minutes.
the remastered was awful, awful. I hated it. So
I saw one of our YouTube friends, Mellow Gaming, play
Mhm.
the remastered version, and there was like wacky invisible walls and stuff
Yeah,
where they sort
yeah.
of remastered some textures, but it didn't fit up with the where he was jumping to and stuff. But anyway,
awful game. I hate it. I hate Medieval.
is it the top 10 worst remastered games?
It is not that. Because Resident Evil is one of the greatest remasters I've ever played. Tomahawk.
You always forget about one.
Is it top 10 most iconic character icons?
It is not. It is not that. The final game in this top 10 is the seminal, the groundbreaking, gaming's first real crossover. It is, of course, Square Soft's Kingdom Hearts. What can this
Crossover.
list be?
Disney, Final Fantasy, Square characters.
Two worlds that should never go together, but they did, and they came together to make a fantastic game. Kingdom Hearts is great.
Have you told us the answer? Is it the top 10 gaming crossovers?
No, because Resident Evil didn't cross over with anything.
It crossed over science and fiction.
And fiction. And created science.
Fiction.
Medieval. Resident Evil.
Science
Pokemon
fi.
Blue. Castlevania. Seiken Densetsu.
Seiken Densetsu.
Dragon Quest, Final Fantasy 1, Doom, Fire.
Tom is trying to work through this list and get to the answer because he needs 1 point to win, and he's not going to give this last guess nothing less than his utter best. But is Tom's best good enough to usurp the champion of season 2, Luvva? Let's find out in the next riveted episode of.
Is it? This is probably going to be incorrect because I plucked this information from the abyss, which is my brain at the minute. Is it
Yes.
the top 10 games that have some sort of character dubbing?
It is not that.
No.
It is not that.
Unlucky.
Cardinal, what is your last guess?
Oh, I don't know. It's the best pixel art.
Okay, it is not that. Because I'm feeling generous, because I think this list is particularly difficult, I'm going to give you another game that could go into that list. And I'm going to say Okami.
Is it
Camel is
the
one of my lists
best
as
games to
well.
never get a sequel?
It is
They've all
not.
had sequels, you bloody Kingdom Hearts had a trilogy, you daft arse.
I love how he
Did
went
Final
with
Fantasy ever get
Kingdom.
a sequel?
I love
Dunno.
how I love how he went with Kingdom Hearts and not Final Fantasy or Dragon Quest. Like Dragon Quest 15 came out there.
Doom, Pokemon, Resident Evil.
Medieval. They all get sequels.
Iconic.
Tomahawk.
Well, like character. That's it.
No, it's not that. Okay, it is not that. This is,
That's how it
in
makes me.
fact, it was published in October 21 by Game Rant, and they named it the most remade games of all time. Now, the word I disagree with was remade, because what I actually think they mean is the most re-released games of all time.
Yeah,
Because
mean-
Medieval
ported, real. You know,
Medieval being
Yeah.
that high up the list shocked me.
how? What
Well,
platforms is it?
PlayStation, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, PlayStation Vita, PlayStation Portable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
I couldn't believe it. I know.
It's a
Kingdom
weird
Hearts
one
has
when they
been on
say
everything.
a remake. Yeah, like it's been remade as many. But I still Red and Blue. I mean, you're just slapping a
Yeah.
different.
You had Fire Red
Yeah.
and whatever blue one was called. You also had Pokemon Red and Blue on the 3DS, on the Nintendo eShop. It was also on the Wii. It was also on a couple of other eShops as well. So you had the Game Boy,
Who knew?
and then you had the Game Boy Color version, the yellow, the Game Boy Advance, which was Fire Red and Ice Blue, whatever it was called, and all sorts.
Game
It's
Dude.
been,
Okay.
it has been
Game
released
Guy.
loads. Castlevania's been on
That
pretty
was
much
tricky.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We blank out on that round.
you did. You got 1 point on the. Oh no, Tomahawk got 8 on the first one as well. My first one.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Just in that particular.
And that
we
one,
blank
that,
out.
that one was particularly difficult. I was going to bin it, but I thought, you know what? It's actually quite a good list. I don't know
Yeah.
what Seiken Densetsu is. I have no idea. But anyway, that's beyond what we're here to do. Tomahawk, by my count, I have finished on 17. By my count, you have finished on 17.
Yes.
And by my count, Cardinal has finished on 1.
Number one.
Which means it's a draw.
Cardinal, do you want
It
to pool your
was-
points?
Now, what I have for this eventuality
Oh,
Oh dear, he's gone
has
rogue.
derived a quiz based
okay.
on video game history.
Oh dear.
God. Oh God.
Okay.
I'm liking this.
If you two want to go against each other and decide a winner, you're free
I mean,
to take it.
We need a winner, don't we? I mean, this
I
is high
think
scores,
so.
high
I
stakes. It's
feel
not
as if
high
we can't
scores,
just-
lots of draws.
That's it. I think we can't just end that on right. It's a tie. See us next week. I think we
Let's
need a
go into the
decisive
tiebreaker.
winner.
Let's go to the tiebreaker straight away.
Come on.
Well, in that case, gentlemen, this is a quick 10-question multiple choice if you want it.
I thought it was going to be one question.
No, no.
Best
go
of
deep.
three. Just do
Right
best
now.
of three.
Three.
I think.
Three.
Okay. Which company developed the critically acclaimed game The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt?
CD Projekt Red.
Project Red. Yeah.
1 point to Luvva.
Easy.
In what year was the first commercially successful video game, Pong, released?
1978.
1976.
Both wrong. Uh-uh. we'll move on to
I
question
remember
three.
I remember it was on that
It was
70 show.
72.
Aye.
What was the best-selling video game of all time?
The best-selling video game of all time. Wii
Minecraft.
Sports.
It's Tetris.
Ah,
I
that's
knew
one
that as
nil to
well.
me.
We got,
Unless you want to continue, Tom. I'm happy enough to continue. If
Let's
you wish.
continue. Cardinal wanted to do
Okay.
10. Let's give him his 10.
okay, well, here.
They're quite quick
Which
fire. I didn't
gaming-
realize how quick fire they were. Fair.
So did I.
Quick fire. Right, which gaming console was released in 2013 as the successor to the PlayStation 3?
The PlayStation
PlayStation
4.
4.
ChatGPT wrote this.
I love this.
Who's the creator of the Metal Gear Solid series?
Hideo
Kojima.
Kojima.
Oh, Tom, love
He's
it, got
slow.
there ahead of you.
He's too slow. He doesn't
Which
have my
game engine?
reflexes.
Which game engine is used in the popular titles like Fortnite, PUBG,
Epic.
and
Unreal.
Heroes
Oh,
of
right,
War?
Unreal.
Love again.
Sorry, Tom.
What is the name of the main protagonist in the game series Assassin's Creed?
Altair. No, it's Desmond Miles.
I'm gonna give that to Tom.
What? What an outrage!
We'll have a video replay of that. To bring it back, Tom could still tie this. Which game introduced the concept of bullet time?
Max Payne.
The first one I heard was Tom. I heard Love Speak,
What?
but I didn't hear his answer. 'cause
What is
I think
this?
Tom spoke over him and his volume's louder.
I finished saying Max Payne before he even started.
And on that note, Tom, the comeback's on. 2 final questions. What's the name of the fictional city in which the Grand Theft Auto series is
San
primarily set?
Andreas. Oh, that's not Liberty, City.
It's Los Santos. Apparently.
Oh, 5?
It's definitely Liberty City. And the
Thought
final
Los Santos
question,
was a state.
ChatGPT.
Hmm.
What game was the first to feature Mario? Nintendo's
Super Mario.
iconic
Oh, no,
character.
it wasn't Donkey
Oh, it
Kong.
was the Donkey Kong.
It's Lava. Said Donkey
Too
Kong.
slow with that one.
But I
Donald.
could say I have to accept your first answer, and he said Super Mario. So therefore, the answer is.
But I
Levels.
didn't
Or
finish the answer
Tomahawks.
because the first one was Super Mario Brothers.
So with that, finish the final scores.
Dramatic.
Are Tomahawk on 3, so up to 20, and Lava on 21.
Oh, go team. Go team. And I was cheated out of points in that one as well, by the way.
Chaos.
Definitely Max
reigns,
Payne.
Apparently. It was Max
Nah,
Payne.
this is-
That's exactly it. That's exactly it.
I
Well
mean,
done.
technically not correct either because there was a Quake 2 mod called the Opera that had bullet time before Max Payne. And that's all I'm saying. ChatGPT's at it again.
Which gaming console was released in 2013 as a successor to the PlayStation 3? Top
love
question
that.
of all time.
That is amazing. That is amazing. I was going to say the Xbox One as well until you said that's the successor for PlayStation 3. Oh, ChatGPT
Manic.
never change. That's why it's free. Because Microsoft couldn't, with good conscience, charge people to use it, right? I think this has run on long enough, gentlemen. Shall we get to the wrap-up section?
Yes, let's do that.
That is it, gentlemen. Another episode all wrapped up, and another victory for me. This just it comes so naturally. Victory, just
Do we count
wiping the
that
floor with
as
his.
do we count that as beat the podcast? As
I don't think so because we're all podcast regulars. So unless Craigbot wants to shout out we answer there, no, he does
no,
not.
not
recording.
He just listens. He just listens. Yeah, so that leaves us with only a few jobs to do. Number one is we'll do our housekeeping. Which is where can you find us outside of the podcast on the internet? Where can you find our Twitter? Where can you find our Discord? Where can you find our Instagram? Where can you find our TikTok? our YouTube, our twitch.tv, all in one place. It's really, really easy. Go to highscoreshighstakes.com. All the links are there, right on top of the page. Can't miss it. Click a logo, it'll bring you straight to the page. Beautiful. Streamlined.
And please do that because Love has put a lot of work in.
He
I
is
have.
so
There's been a
pleased
lot
with
of
himself. Yeah.
there's been a lot of swearing at my computer desk recently, trying to get things working on that thing. I hate it. I don't
need
think
a
I.
mug to sit beside you with.
If only I had a mug. I mean, I noticed that Cardinal got a mug for winning season 1, and yet here I am, mugless in mugless in Seattle.
Mugless.
Call me Tom Hanks.
I mean, strikes, everything going on. I mean, who knows? Would it ever arrive?
No, probably not. And here I am drinking tea from my hands like some sort of wild animal, like some sort of Bambi extra.
Let's move on. We'll get
Anyway,
the mug to you. It's on your
yes.
way, on its way.
If you want to, as I said, if you want to find us anywhere, highstakes.com is the place to do it. If you haven't already and you like the podcast, please like, follow, subscribe, whatever it is, wherever you're listening to us. And that is it for the social media / internet roundup. Is that easy now? No more 6 minutes, 7 minutes. And all we have to say is one last thing. And that is,
We're sorry.
I've been Mr. Luvva Luvva. This has been High Scores High Stakes. See you Monday. Love you all. Bye.
Bonsoir.